Whether you're looking to increase your home's value, impress friends and family, or increase kitchen and bathroom functionality, Countertop Connections can help. With over 20 years of experience, this family-owned business has the best selection of granite, solid surface, and quartz countertops, along with custom islands and cabinetry. Give us a call at 706-779-3046. You can see our work by looking us up on Facebook or visiting ctcga.com. Get started on upgrading your kitchen and bathroom today.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Diamond Studios podcast. This is where three friends and the occasional guest get together to talk about music, business, and the balance of both with life. I'm your host, Nathan Collins, joined with Kevin Begg and Jonathan Boucher. Today, we're going to be talking about what balance looks like, the balance of music, life. Let's get into it. Woo! Good stuff. Mathematical? Is that what you said? Balance, like the scales? Balancing scales? Okay.
Cool.
Sure thing. Thought that was science.
But
I failed math, though. It might be
science is
something I
math,
don't
science
remember.
equals math. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So, indeed, today we are indeed going to be talking about balance. And what does it look like? And then we're going to dissect some of the things that we have to do personally to make both sides of life work. And then, yeah, talk about what's the ideal balance look like. It's going to be a good episode. So if you're a musician, maybe you'll relate to some of these things. Or if you're aspiring to be a musician, maybe you can learn something. Or if you're just a human being listening to this, maybe you just think we're idiots. I don't know.
You're going to think something when you leave this podcast.
Yeah, probably.
You'll be thinking.
You'll be tinking. Okay, balance. In our eyes, we are not professional life coaches or whatever.
No.
That's a freaking job. How?
It's a job.
I don't understand. Balance. What does the perfect balance of life look like in our industry to us personally? Anybody want to go first? It's a wild question.
That is a wild question. I mean, considering I don't have everything together at all,
Yeah.
my best shot at that question would be like, I don't even know. Like, I wish I could put it into words, but it's more of like a day-to-day thing of for
Yeah.
me, of trying to figure out what needs to be focused on in that moment.
Yeah.
I wish it was easier, and for me personally, I wish it was easier, but it's something that I have to keep working at to get better and to create systems to make balance more attainable for me personally.
That makes sense. Yeah. I think I've been staring at that 3 on the screen waiting for it to change. It's taking forever. So sorry. I'm okay. Balance, perfect balance, I think for me would look something like a perfect routine. My ideal balance of life I don't necessarily have it yet, but like I'm fully control of how my mornings from 5 a.m. until at least 10 a.m. I'm fully in control of how those go. So like I have a system that I do every single morning that is my system, and very rarely do I sacrifice those systems. And then from 10 a.m. until 7-ish, I've got, like, obviously we have business stuff to do. Like, I've got studio stuff to do. And then from 7 p.m. until whenever, that's kind of up in the air at the moment.
Freestyle.
Yeah, pretty much, because we've got sessions, and then we've got editing and videos, and God, we have so much. So it's typically whenever we cram in the final things is from 7 to whenever. But the perfect balance would look something like my mornings look. I wake up, I know exactly what I'm about to do. I know exactly where I'm about to go. I know how long I'm going to be there, and then just more of a personal thing. So like right now we're doing more business stuff, right? So like I love other people's music, but I don't necessarily want to run sessions for every single artist that we record. I would like to have my morning routine. I'd like to finish out my morning doing business stuff from 10 a.m. until I would say 2 o'clock. And then from 2 to probably 6, keep that in limbo for meetings. Gosh. There's no way. I couldn't fit everything that I do in that time frame.
No.
But this is the perfect balance. This is what it would look like for me anyway. From 2 to 6, I'd be doing all of those things. So probably the paperwork and the meetings. And then from 6 until, let's just say midnight, the beginning of the next day. From 6 until midnight, I would have that dedicated specifically to my music. And then my creativity and my mental health, my everything. That's what I would have. That'd be what my perfect balance looks like.
Yeah.
Now you know. Why you want to know? I don't know. Now you know.
Now you know.
What about you? What would yours look like?
I don't know. It's weird for me. I guess my perfect balance is like it just depends.
Yeah.
Because there are days that I work my job at the post office and days that I don't, so it's kind of like it switches. But I'd say for an on day it would be, get off there and then around 3, something like that, to come here and help out until.
But what about the perfect balance? Pretend you don't work there.
Pretend I don't work there?
Yeah. Just pretend.
That's crazy.
Close your eyes. Squeeze tight.
I would just come here.
Don't fart.
Don't fart.
I would just come here.
You just wake up and come here.
Yeah.
No goals in mind. Just go to Diamond Studios and
Just go
sit.
down serious.
Well, I haven't started working towards it yet, so I don't.
That's valid. That's true. Well, you haven't really had a chance to.
I don't have that.
That makes sense.
Mapped out at all.
That makes sense. Man, yeah. I've had mine mapped out for years. And I've had it. And then I didn't have it. And then I had it. And then I didn't have it. And now I almost have it. Almost. But yeah. No, I think, I don't know. I like the idea of having a life where I can go ahead and, I don't know, because I'm so stretched thin personally. So like I would like to have a portion of like, and we're almost there as a business where we could do this technically, but I'd like to have a time where nobody's going to interrupt that time. Like right now, that's my morning times, but that's my time. I would like times where nobody else can touch that time, where it's like either my time with music, my time with my wife, my time with just things that I like to do, like I don't watch TV. I don't do anything. That's skate. Oh, man. Ooh, if I could get back into the regular routine of skating. Oh, man. But, like, have that time that nobody can touch. Like, in the morning times, sure, that's my time. But that's dedicated to my spiritual well-being. That's dedicated to my physical well-being. And it's dedicated to, like, the overall company well-being. And then, yeah, I want time to do things that are fun.
Yeah.
But, like, that time nobody can touch. And then have times that's scheduled out, like, okay, from 2 to 5 on Thursdays. This is random. 2 to 5 on Thursdays. Like, I can schedule lunches with people. But that's the only day that I do it.
Yeah.
And that's my ideal. I just think it's really efficient. And then, it's kind of like who was it? Bill Gates? I don't know. It's one of the rich people, like super super rich people. Brought the same thing for lunch every single day, and that's all he ate every day for like forever, like decades.
Yeah.
That's all he ate, so that his body didn't have to think about digesting it.
Yeah. I
And
think it
so
was
like
Bill.
you just go,
Yeah.
I know, I like that structure. Not necessarily the food thing, because like I'm on a weekly thing. Like right now, I eat like the chicken burrito thing for lunch.
Yeah.
Or breakfast or dinner. I just eat it once a day.
Yeah.
And then I like that structure. I think that's what my perfect balance would look like. But then everyone would know my schedule, so that there's no question on like, hey, can you do this at this time? You'd be like, no. Or yeah. Be nice. Cool. Yeah, that's it. That's the perfect balance that I would look for.
Nice. I definitely misunderstood the question. I think you were asking what balance looks like.
Oh, no, to us.
Yeah.
To
no,
us.
I understood that now.
Yeah.
I was like, well, at the moment.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're in a growing business, so
Yeah.
like things are a little bit more difficult now
Yeah.
to get, because I mean, we're all stretched thin. We've got our own personal things. We've got the business stuff,
Yeah.
and like whenever you're doing business stuff, it doesn't wait for you.
No.
Time keeps going.
Yeah. It just moves.
Never
It
stops.
It moves.
Yeah, same with goals and dreams and all that stuff. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
So what are areas that are difficult for us? This is a very personal segment.
Yeah.
Difficult for us, or like necessary sacrifices that are hard to make whenever we are in the process of creating this perfect balance. Ooh. I think we've hit on it before.
Yeah.
But on a more personal level, I've lost a lot of friends.
Oof.
Lost a lot of relationships with family members. But I mean, they're necessary things
Yeah.
that you have to do. I think for me is really getting to the point of saying no more often. Like I say no, but like, there are some days where I just should not be doing things.
Yeah.
Like I need a break. For instance, I should have said no the first time we recorded this podcast.
Yeah.
100%. So you wouldn't know this, but we recorded this podcast the other day, but I hadn't slept pretty much all week, and I was brain dead. I was like dead.
Our conversations were all over the place.
It was bad. So we decided to redo it after rest was happened.
Words.
Yeah. Yeah, I think personally, a difficult thing for me is like telling people no. Like just telling them no, I need time for myself.
Yeah.
Like I've got to have time to myself, cuz you get lost in your, like there's a you persona that's natural, right? And then there's a business persona that is natural, but it's not where you're supposed to stay.
Yeah.
Like it's healthy to be there, cuz like when I'm there, I act like a butthole. But I get a lot done.
Yeah.
I get a lot done, but I can't stay there. So like a difficult thing is like telling people no, so that I can get out of that headspace, and B, avoid getting into that headspace after I've already gotten out of it. And also telling them no so that I have personal time for personal things.
Yeah.
'Cause for a while I would just suffocate myself, like not physically,
I get you.
metaphorically.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you guys? Difficult areas, necessary sacrifices.
I feel like a really hard thing early on for me to focus on, especially when we were first starting, was it was really time spent like away from the studio and not doing other things instead of spending it like with my wife or with friends. I think that was something that I struggled with. So like we'd leave from the studio and then I would go home or I'd go wherever and then I would just be doing like, they weren't pointless things. They were just like frivolous, like random projects instead of like spending them with like my wife or whoever that may be. And so something like, I think I've gotten better at it, but whenever I'm like away from work, I make sure to put that priority into her, into my wife, because I spend 3/4 of my life at a studio.
Yeah.
And so the other quarter should not be filled up with
Stupid stuff.
stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't call it all stupid, but most of it was stupid. And so I had
Things
to,
you can live without.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was probably one of the harder things for me, I think, and early on especially. I was also working at Home Depot at that point too, so that was also another difficult factor.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think spending quality time, that was I think that's the phrase I'm looking for, instead of just being there.
There's a difference.
There's a big difference.
Thoughts, comments?
Thoughts, comments, concerns? Definitely, like personal time and like family time. I would say.
Like that's a sacrifice you make?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a common denominator.
Yeah.
For musicians.
It's always weird coming into like family gatherings after not seeing people for so long. And you're like, "Hey everyone, I exist."
Yeah.
And they're always like, "Where you been?" You're like, I'm working."
Yeah.
Even with it's even harder with friends, especially friends you haven't seen in a while. I always find myself, and this is really bad, I always find myself like apologizing for not being there, but at the same time I know deep down that like I'm doing something that's like worthwhile for me and good for me. And that might be selfish to some people, but at the same time it's a vision, it's a dream that I have, so I wouldn't call it selfish. Personally. That really made me laugh, sorry. That tuner popped right off there. But yeah, I wouldn't call it selfish, just like I wouldn't call someone going to college to pursue a dream in their field, I wouldn't call that selfish either. But yet they're going away for 4 years, coming back every half semester, whatever it may be, and then their family never sees them, and nobody complains about that. So it's just interesting that when you pursue a dream like this, and it's something, if maybe better, maybe more rewarding, but they see it as you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
You should spend time with your family and your friends.
Well, this is viewed as optional,
Yeah.
you know. Whereas, like, if you had a normal job, that's not optional.
Yeah. Because I've seen both. I've went through both. And so it's just really stupid, a really dumb double standard in my mind.
It is, but it's how we're taught.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
through having the studio, I think this sounds like really sad, but like you kind of whittle it down to like the people at the studio become your family, and
Yeah.
then you know,
Well, you find out who your real.
yeah,
You find out who the OGs are.
Yeah.
Or the people who are willing
Yeah.
to wait for you to have time.
Yeah. I've got a cousin, Jeremiah and Joshua Emmanuel, both of them. They'll text me randomly, and like, you know, I mean, I haven't seen Jeremiah in 3 years, maybe. But like out of all of my cousins, he's one that I've always been close to.
Yeah.
But like he'll just text me randomly, be like, "Hey, dude, what's up? Love you, miss you." Well, like, you know, I've always considered him a friend,
Yeah.
Like, all my cousins are fantastic. I love you all. I know some of you listen to this. I love you all. And my brain is like rushing. I just want to name everybody, but there's like 38 of you. God, that's ridiculous.
That is
So
crazy.
dumb. It's not dumb. It's crazy.
Your family's big.
But but friends that I had like for lifelong friends, or friends that, I counted as, strong relationships at least, I've dwindled down to like 4.
Yeah.
For 26 years on this planet, that's not a lot.
No.
So I guess that's normal in life.
Yeah.
It's not a
Um,
lot, but it's a strong 4.
It's a very strong 4. Yeah. It's a very strong 4.
I was gonna say I'm in the realm of like 6 to 7 at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's insane.
No.
I think it's pretty normal. Because I mean, most people go through life, they're gonna have lots of people that in their life that they think are close friends,
Yeah.
and they're fake.
Yeah.
But they'll never know that though, because if they're not going through a situation like this until that friendship gets strained, they won't
Yeah.
know that those are fake friends until something happens. Whereas we're choosing the chaos, so it just weeds out everyone automatically.
I mean, surround yourself with people.
Yeah.
That you want to.
Yeah.
Be like.
Yeah, pretty much. It's funny though. Pretty much all my close people are like music connections.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, makes sense, I guess.
I got a healthy balance. Half, like, obviously you guys are music people.
Yeah.
But Jamal and Michael. Well, Michael does music, but our relationship isn't built on music.
No. Yeah.
Like, we do a devotion together once a month. Me, Jamal, and Michael do. So like that's good friends to have.
Yeah.
Keep you accountable for a whole nother portion of life. This Frolic. Anyway, what am I doing? So what have we gotten better at? So here we are. Studio's been open. Going on.
Time management, or
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3. I'm proud of you.
Almost 3.
You didn't say like 8. You said
We're
almost
about
3.
halfway to 10.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We're like 75% of the way to 5, which is half of 10.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Plan for the future.
Oh yeah.
I've definitely gotten better at saying no. For the most part. I've gotten better at saying no to unnecessary things. Like if I would have tried to make it to that concert yesterday with you guys, oh man, I would have died.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you like almost dying. I'm laughing at Jonathan hit his hand on the wall. Sorry. Yeah, that would have. I feel like
I
could
couldn't have
see-
done it.
Yeah, that would have been intense for you.
But like saying no to things like that and not forcing it, getting over. I don't really have the FOMO thing. That's not a thing that I struggle with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely gotten better at saying no. Making sure that I take time to rest. Forcing my mind to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. My morning routine. I've definitely gotten better at that. It's pretty much set in stone,
As far as seeing like
I think.
your routine and how you deal with yourself mentally, I feel like you've gotten a lot better at that personally.
Yeah.
So like I just seeing how you handle it, like you've done really well with that in the past, especially the past like 2 years, I would say.
Yeah. I feel like I'm on a treadmill though. Because as we grow, the challenges just grow as well.
Yeah.
So like if I didn't handle them better, where would I be? You
Yeah.
know? Like, yeah, I don't know. Would you be like mentally able to run a company and do the things that we do, or it's just don't really have a choice on that one.
No.
But yeah, definitely got better there. What about y'all?
I mean, an obvious one Jonathan mentioned, I think time management to a degree. I know I still need work on it, and I know I still need to get better at it, but I know where I was has definitely improved from that spot. And even being productive within that time management as well. Not just like setting the time apart and then doing a little bit of the work in there, but doing things that are actually like helping the business grow, helping them move forward. Because I know whenever I was doing Home Depot and this, that was a struggle for me of like, well, how do I push this besides sessions? How do I do this besides just being here? What can I do to actually like have an imprint on this business more than just sessions? And so I think within the past year being full time, and even a little bit before that, I feel like I've grown more in that.
Yeah, for sure. Is that your answer too, Jonathan?
Sort of. It's
Time management.
Time management, sort of. More so like as a whole, or like because I know I'm sort of a catalyst for chaos, or at least have been in the past.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it like based on like the vibe right now, but like I have a way of bringing out the chaos in these two gentlemen here.
It does happen.
We get into some dumb, random, wild stuff that's really fun. Just being silly, and I remember times when it was really crazy, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
More so, and now we've really learned how to rein it in. I think half of it is we all have to be working in different rooms, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I have to not be here at sometimes. Sometimes, like on days off, I'll just come in.
Yeah.
I won't come in the morning because I know that people need to be doing their work.
Chaotic.
I don't want to be like distracting.
Yeah, that's true. We've had this.
We've definitely had to learn to work around each other.
We've learned to schedule in our chaos sessions.
Yeah.
It's
Time
ridiculous. Yeah, that's true. Well, I feel like that could have gone deeper,
I feel like so too.
but I don't think I'm there. We'll hit it again one of these days.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2.
What have you guys been listening to?
Well, on the way back from the concert, I listened to 2 Beatles albums. I listened to Let It Be and Sgt. Pepper's.
And so did
Lonely
I, because
Hearts
we were at the
Club
same
Band. Yeah, I enjoyed that. For some reason, when I drive places, especially long distances at night, the Beatles just kind of keep my ears attentive for some reason, and I'm like more aware than I normally would be, because I was really tired when I was driving.
Y'all got back at like
Yeah, it was late.
2:30.
Part of that was me driving in circles in Atlanta because I missed an exit,
and going to like several Waffle Houses.
and all of them saying they're only carry out.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
Oh, that makes sense.
We went to 2 Chain's favorite Waffle House, and they were like, nah.
take out only, man.
Lame.
Yeah, I was like, how? I guess it makes sense,
Still?
but I thought I don't know, man.
Yeah. So then we tried to go to another one, and that one was a no-go.
Yeah.
Then we tried to go back to Asher's Hotel, and we ended up driving around it.
I missed the entrance. That's basically what happened. So
Just so, in case anyone wanted to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was tired. Turned into an Atlanta driver by the end of it because I got honked at 3 times and cut off a few times, and I was over it by the end of it. Sorry, music segment.
Is that your answer too? The
What?
Beatles?
Oh, the Beatles. So yeah, we went to the Otto Bokeh Beaver concert in Atlanta. And we've been listening to that, and we listened to it for a couple hours last night live. So like that. There's a song called Hell and Back by Bakar that I've been vibing to. And yeah.
That was, yeah. Yeah. You put that in the playlist on the way down. That was nice.
Nice.
What about you?
A combination. And I've dropped a new single. I listened to that many times. Lecrae's new album, Church Close 4. Listen to that a couple times so far. I've also revisited the Chainsmokers' new album, new-ish album,
Mm-hmm.
newest. And yeah, I think yeah,
Give it a
Yeah.
mid rating.
the Chainsmokers album.
Yeah.
No, I like it a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it a
You almost
lot.
sounded like you didn't like it. I was like, oh.
No, I listened to a few Skrillex stuff, but I say that so often. Yeah. And I've listened to the final version of Breathe Again 100 times.
It's out.
March 3rd.
20,
March 3rd.
March 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hotel Street also has a song.
We have a song out.
Mantra. Go stream it, guys. Give us some support. Hotel Street. Go listen
Mantra.
to it. Go
a
listen
good
to all of our
song.
music.
Did I?
We're a good sell.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a good sell.
Yep. Anyways, guys.
Whatever.
If you go to Georgia Coffee Roasters, did I get that right?
I think so.
.com and go buy a bag of coffee from Living Room Coffee Roasters and put in the code Diamond Studios, you'll get 10% off your order.
Yeah.
So go give them some love, give them some support. They're
Yep.
incredible people and they are wonderful.
Yes. And then after you go shopping there, make sure you hit up Diamond Studios, LID.com, and then check out our new merch. We have
Whoa.
some super cool stuff on there. And it supports the studio for all of you non-musicians. Yeah, and thank you guys. Everybody that's bought some, it's been a cool thing to see. Good feedback. It's made me very happy. It's made me very happy.
Very happy.
But hey, if you like the show, make sure you share it, subscribe to it. Spotify listeners, there's a questionnaire attached to these episodes. Answer those. It helps us get to know you better and shape our content better. So, with that, Jonathan has a song for us.
Hey, don't fall. Don't lose your balance on the time. Balance beam. I don't know. This has been the podcast. This has been the podcast.